Hey everyone, welcome back to another exclusive podcast from IronFX, where we are dedicated to bringing you the absolute best education to help you take your trading to the next level. My name is Ketan Ramachandra, and in today's podcast, we'll be talking about which could be the next major central bank to cut interest rates after the SNB. We'll be discussing the recent interest rate cut by the Swiss National Bank, otherwise known as the SNB, and speculating on which major central bank might be next in line to follow suit. Let's start by examining the SNB's decision to cut its key policy rate by 25 basis points from 1.75% to 1.5% in March. Now, this move marked the first major interest rate cut of 2024 and was aimed at providing stimulus to the Swiss economy, which has been grappling with sluggish GDP growth since the third quarter of 2022. Now, when we look at inflation in Switzerland, it remains well anchored under the SNB's target of 2%, as both headline and core CPI readings have consistently come in below 2% over the past 10 months. With inflationary pressures muted and economic growth faltering, the SNB deemed it necessary to implement a rate cut to bolster its economic activity. Now, let's turn our attention to the European Central Bank, also known as the ECB, where we find a similar economic scenario unfolding. Economic output in the euro area has been subdued for almost a year, as evidenced by the persistent weakness in the PMI reports. Furthermore, inflation in the euro area has moderated significantly over the last 6 months, approaching closer to the ECB's target of 2%. Right, this sounds very similar to what we've seen or to what we're currently seeing in Switzerland as well. So, with a sluggish GDP growth and diminishing inflationary pressures in the euro area, speculation has mounted regarding the possibility of the ECB being the next major central bank to cut interest rates. As the ECB seeks to breathe life into a struggling economy, a rate cut could be on the horizon to provide additional stimulus and support growth prospects. Should the ECB follow through with a rate cut at its upcoming meeting in June, it could very well cause the euro to experience a strong sell-off versus its peers. Anyways, that wraps up today's episode where we've examined the S&B's recent interest rate cut and pondered which major central bank could be next to follow suit. Join us next time for more insights into the ever-evolving landscape of central banking and monetary policy. In the meantime, do remember to subscribe to our podcast here at IronFX, where we are dedicated to bringing you the very best education to take your trading to the next level. Until then, stay informed and stay tuned.